What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. SVG dominates once again and gets his fourth win of the season. I said this in a video a couple weeks ago. I said, in 2011, it was the summer of CM Punk. 2025 is the summer of Shane Van Gisbergen. What a remarkable run this cat is going on. Make sure to pre-order that Race to Win diecast. It's going to be incredible. The whole left rear tires blown out on it. So the 124 is going to be insane. That's going to be the third WeatherTech car, I believe, made for 2025. He had the normal one. Then you had, of course, the Sonoma, not Sonoma. What was it? The street course race win. Now you have Watkins Glen. He won, of course, Mexico City with the safety culture car and then the Red Bull car at Sonoma. So, pretty good year for diecast collecting for SVG fans, which I'm really becoming a fan of this guy. I mean, it's just remarkable how quickly someone could just show up in the Cup Series and just truly just take over the sports spotlight. I mean, we're talking one of the greatest rookie season, I think, possibly ever in NASCAR history. Outside of, finishing order in terms of points, if we're talking just strictly wins, not even Tony Stewart, not even Jimmy Johnson was able to do this. Jimmy Johnson, I think, had 3 wins. I think Tony Stewart had 3 wins. 4 wins in your rookie year. I get it. He's not, a 20-year-old rookie Cup guy. He's much more of a veteran, kind of like a Josh Berry in terms of experience, but just absolutely remarkable stuff. Tip of the cap to the 88 camp. Wow, what a show. And, I picked SVG to win the race. I picked to win, I think, Sonoma, and I think the Chicago Street Race. It don't really count because it's such low-hanging fruit, but, anytime I was able to get a prediction right, I don't take any credit for it, but, God gets the glory for that. But man, what an interesting Watkins Glen race. And the reason why I say that, it's fun watching him dominate the Cup field because it's like he's on such a different level in terms of just sheer speed and the ability to manhandle these cars, man. These guys have been racing, Cup cars for 20-something years. The Kyle Bushes, the Denny Hamlins of the field, and he's just absolutely going out there and just taking them to the woodshed. It's just remarkable stuff. It was probably the fastest Watkins Glen race I have ever seen. It felt like it was a truck race, honestly, in terms of the length of the event. I mean, you look up, it's halfway already. Only, 3 cautions? So I will say the Xfinity race had a lot more, competitiveness in terms of the battle for the win and the restarts and whatnot. This one was the complete opposite. I actually think the ARCA race might have had more competitiveness, but that's just the next gen car at road courses. I wish it was a little bit better in terms of the overall event, but man, it's fun watching him dominate here at the NASCAR Cup Series. And his interviews are always fun. Yeah, the WeatherTech call here, I think everyone at Truck House race, and it's just amazing how he just goes out there and dominates. And it just has such a calm interview. It's just fun, man. So anyways, moving forward, Richmond's coming up next. It's going to be a Saturday night race. Y'all know how I feel about the Richmond racetrack. I really hope it's a good race. I hope something's changed in the setup, something to do with just something to make Richmond work with the next-gen cars. It does kind of give me vibes of the pre-2020 era NASCAR, where it's like the cutoff race, Richmond being the cutoff, kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Daytona is going to be after that. Cool thing I noticed is 4 of the next 5 Cup races are actually night races. So if you're a fan of the nighttime stuff in NASCAR, like I am, this is going to be amazing because you're going to get Darlington, Bristol. Darlington's, it's a night race. It starts in the day, but it ends at night. Bristol, Daytona, and then obviously Richmond, barring weather. But hopefully it'll be a much better show. In terms of the playoff battle, I don't know. It's going to take a new winner. I think it's going to take a new winner. I think Buescher and Bowman are pretty well locked in points unless we get that new winner. But you got to expect you're going to probably wreck out at Daytona. There's probably a 70% chance you're not going to finish the race. So if you go to Richmond, get some stage points, get a top 10 run, you could go to Daytona and do whatever you want. And you should have about 45, 50 points to the good, give or take. So that'll be the big key and talking point next week. If the 17 car and the 48 can just get through Richmond without any oopsie-doos, they can go Daytona and wad it up, and they'll be fine. So that'll be probably an interesting talking point. Then Darlington being the first race of the playoffs. That's one of my favorite races of the year because it's just, it's the Southern 500. It's a crown jewel event. But there's just something about that event starting the playoffs that actually makes me really excited. It's a 500-mile race. It's a battle of endurance. We see so many cautions and wrecks, and then you have strategy. The cars are just, they don't want to handle, And then you add in the layers of the playoff. There's always going to be a top driver, right? A top championship caliber driver that's going to have issues in that event. And that's going to shake up the first round, and it's going to create a lot of storylines. So it's going to be interesting the next 3 weeks. I'm curious what y'all thought. Make sure to comment down below. It's going to be a lot of fun. I was actually thinking of picking Connor Zillich to win today. I was thinking about this on Friday. I'm like, you know what? Wouldn't it be something if Connor Zillich won Watkins Glen, right? I believe I picked Corey Heim. Yeah, I picked Corey Heim to win the truck race. I picked Butterbean to win the ARCA race. He was out, unfortunately, after lap 1, which, that's the reality. You pick a winner, then you pick the guy who's out, unfortunately, like lap 1. I want to say I picked Zillich for the Xfinity race, which I'm glad he's okay because that was one of the most craziest things I've ever seen, the post-race deal. So hopefully he'll be able to make a full recovery very soon. And I was thinking about picking him to win the Cup race. And I'm like, it would be really cool to see the 87 car win. And then the 87 car doesn't run. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy timing. But, man, I'm a fan of Connor Zillich. I hope that he gets into a Cup ride next year somehow and be able to race full time. But what an interesting race the Cup race was, but not for the normal reasons in totality. It was the fastest Watkins Glen race I've ever seen, but it wasn't like boring. It didn't feel like 2024 Richmond where it's just like very long green flag runs and it felt like I'm falling asleep. It felt more or less like, wow, this guy is just smoking the field. I mean, no one can compete with him. That's how good he is. So I'm curious what y'all think. In terms of next week of the channel, I think we have a diecast haul hopefully coming in soon, so stay tuned for that. There's not a ton of new diecasts releasing recently, upcoming recent-wise. So it's going to be a little bit lean on the new diecast coming in. Hopefully about mid to late August, we should see a whole lot more NASCAR diecasts drop in September. Already seeing some of the shipment reports. A lot of goodies. Hopefully the advent calendar isn't too far away. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, some cool stuff coming up. Thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank y'all again so much again for 7,800 subscribers. Hopefully we could hit 8,000 subscribers this year. That would just blow my mind if we could, man. Any success this channel gets, guys, I don't get no credit for it. I don't deserve it. I'm the worst sinner, man. I tell you, I'm the worst of all sinners. So God gets the glory for it. I really do appreciate the love and support. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet signing off.